All right, guys, my name is Chris, and I am the Algo Man here on TikTok. Welcome to today's recap of the Nasdaq 100 futures. Now, today was no ordinary day. It was FOMC. Big decision, big expectations, and yes, a rate cut by 25 basis points, which was right in line with what the market had anticipated, okay? The Fed cited a weakening labor market and a softer economy for the decision, but big moves followed, okay? And whether you agree or not, it's the moment that traders live for. So this afternoon, we're zooming in from about 1:30 to 2:30 Eastern, the exact segment right around the Fed announcement, to see how PredictMo and PureMo caught the moves in real time. And I'll kind of show you how to use these tools in sync, okay, so you guys could kind of get a feel for how they work. So right at 1:30 p.m., guys, the market was bracing. A lot of anticipation. Price was just kind of waffling along, waiting to see what was going to happen with the Fed announcement. And as soon as the announcement came out, PredictMo slope just, started shifting. PureMo confirmed strength and the move, and boom, there we went off to the races, okay? They were real clean. I'll tell you right now, guys, I was very impressed because I was actually watching it. Real clean directional moves with real tight momentum right after the Fed spoke, okay? I'm sure there were a bunch of algorithms out there in the market all signaling and with a lot of price swings going on, okay? And it got real crazy right around when the announcement hit. And we're going to see that today in replay to see how it all shaked out. Okay, then as the speech progressed and his commentaries dropped, there were some reversals, some retracements, and little tiny periods of consolidation. Not too much though. What's interesting is how the tools helped you hold when you needed to hold and when to fold when you needed to exit your trades. Okay, so we're going to be going over this together because this really sheds light, guys, on the potential of the tools that you need to have in your arsenal for days like today. Days when anticipation is high, volatility is high, and the Fed's about to make a major decision. Keep in mind that this is the first rate cut that he's done in a while. It's been a while. So yeah, much anticipated, and I don't know if it was a little bit at 25 basis points. There's a lot of talk that 50 basis points should have been the appropriate amount, but I think this Fed is very data driven and cautious in his approach to rate decisions. So we're going to see how this all shook out right now, guys. Running it from like 1:30 all the way till about 2:30 so we can catch that segment. You're going to see two different algorithms here on the chart. You actually have three if you want to count the dynamic VWAP up here, okay, which is also an algorithm. But you have PureMo, and this tool here, it's designed to capture the pure momentum swing in price. That's all it's designed to do. This tool right here, it's a machine learning algorithm that sees ahead about 1 to 3 bars depending on how you've got it tuned, okay? I've had this thing tuned at about 40 with a setting of 40 for the 1 minute chart. On days like today when the market is moving fast, you want to focus on one of the quickest charts you have, your 1 minute chart. You don't want to fiddle around with a 5 minute or anything like that because you're going to have delay, guys. You want to focus on quick moving charts and algorithms that are highly responsive. And that's the reason I'm showcasing today's recap on a 1 minute chart. So, all right, let's go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. And there we go, guys. We're gonna run this at 4 times the speed of the market so it doesn't go bonkers on me as far as speed goes. And let me make sure that everything, I've got my lines. Yep, I've got everything set to where it needs to be. All right, I think I'm good. All right, let's
order filled.
Go ahead and see if we could take a long trade right here. And we're taking a long trade because you've got price going up right there. You've got a uptick right there with a predictor telling you that, hey, price might be potentially moving up, so we're taking a long right. You got a nice shift in momentum right there as well to the upside. So here's how we're going to play this. We're going to take the trades until the orange line crosses below the 0. Then I'm going to give you a little bit of context on how to use this tool right here. All right, guys, right here, you just have the crossing below 0. So
order filled.
That's where I want to sell my position right there. Okay. And I'm wondering if my lines, yeah, my lines are there. You know, we're just not, I guess we're not at 0.80 right there. Okay, that's better. I can see my reference lines a lot better.
Order filled.
Okay, we'll take another swing at that long right there. This bad boy's going up. You got a crossing here by the predictor. So not bad. And you are in trend mode right here. If you notice how the dynamic VWAP turned green, that's telling you that the market is trending. It's also printing it here in the upper left quadrant of the chart. It's telling you that the market is trending. And right now we just had a crossing right there below 0 by the predictor right there. And that's where I'd want to exit
order filled
my position when trading this. Okay. Now, if I'm going to take a swing to the downside on this, I want to see the price line, which is representative by this green line. The green line represent what the price is doing up here. Okay. I want to see it hit the inflection point right here. And once it hits that inflection point with a predictor already being below 0, this is already predicting several bars in advance, at least 3 or 4 bars in advance, that price is going down. Now, I'm going to stop it right now because I need to give you guys a little bit of context on what just happened here with PIRMO as well. Okay, but I just want to see this hit the inflection point because I'm hoping to see a short trade out of this. Okay, right there.
Order filled.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and pause it for a second because I want to show you guys something that's important right here. Now, PIRMO, I designed this tool to capture the pure momentum swing in price. And there's a lot of ways that you can measure the momentum swing in price. You can measure it, from the crossing of the 0 line right here, or you can have a threshold that you want to see momentum rise up to before you actually take the trade, which would be right around here. Okay, in either case, whenever momentum gets to this threshold right up here, this is telling you that price is getting exhausted right about there. Okay, and this would have been right here at this bar, and if you would have taken it from the moment that it crossed above 0, your trade would have gone in the 1-minute chart from this bar all the way up, okay, until it actually tilted below 0.90 right here, and it would have gotten you out over here. Okay, Predicmo does something a little bit different. Okay, it's predicting where momentum is about to take off, and it's basically capturing those nice bursts in price action right there. We took the trade to the upside right here, got out here, took the second leg here, and got back in right here, guys. Okay, we got an inflection point move right there, and we'll see where this trade goes. So keep in mind that you can approach trading with Predicmo in a couple of different ways, especially on the 1-minute time frame. And you can design those rules according to your risk parameters as well. So let's go ahead and see where this trade goes. We're getting very close to the 2 p.m. FOMC announcement. Right now, on this little timer, we're at about 1:46 in the afternoon, and the announcement was at 2 p.m. We're going to see whether these algorithms caught that move or whether they failed. So stay tuned. You will see that right now. The PIRMO setting, I've got it out of the box at 20, and I've got it set to true as well. It's got these 2 little boxes right below the length parameter. Just set those to true, and you can really capture the full swing in price. And I'll show you something else that's pretty cool right now with PIRMO. And notice, guys, how the algorithm is really stable in the process of keeping you in the trade and not getting you out early or prematurely, as people would say, when you're trading right here, okay? It's not jittery, it's not messy, it's not giving you false signals. It's actually giving you some really solid signals as to when to get out. Now, as soon as it crosses This orange line is known as the predictor, okay? It's predicting about 1 to 3 bars ahead, and the moment it crosses above the 0 line, this center line here, that's the end of it right there, guys, okay?
Order filled.
And there you go. That's the end of the trade. Now, here's what's cool about this, okay? You can devise trading rules according to your risk parameters. Now, when the market is swinging on days like today, you don't necessarily have to wait for PRMO to cross the 0 line or to come down below this threshold to take a trade. Here's what happens, okay? You know that if the trade ran from here all the way up, okay, and it exhausted itself once it passed 0.90, okay, this is an exhaustion zone. You know you're going to have some type of a reversal. Well, if the reversal comes down, you can actually execute your trade right here, come all the way down, okay, and the moment that PRMO hits the threshold right there, you know the trade is done. There's nothing else, okay? And you can kind of go back in the chart. I'll go back in a moment. I'll show you guys a few more instances that don't specifically focus on what we're discussing right now. But we'll go back a few other instances. Yeah, that's different. That's a different setting that allows you to control both of them. No, the setting that you have is because you have 2 instances. But you can use it out of the box with the setting of 20 and just get the same results I'm having here on the screen. Yeah, that's what's happening right there. All right, guys, so here's what's happening here with this trade. We got in it because you had an inflection point hit, okay? You got this bad boy, it came down. Now look what's happening here. You got another inflection point hit right there. And this bad boy already crossed above 0 and it's going up. Price exhausted the move to the downside and you're already down here at the base VWAP. Now, if you see this setup, where do you suppose price is headed? Okay, it doesn't take a crystal ball and it doesn't take gut feel, guys. The indicator right there is telling you quite clearly that price is about to go up. All right, so let's see how that one plays out. All right, let's hit the play button here and move with it. Okay, so we just got out of this trade right here. Let's go ahead and wait for the next bar. If you wanted to wait for the next bar, that's cool right there.
Order filled.
I'll just jump in that to the long side. All right, guys, so here we go again. And this is another classic trade that's probably going to require a little bit of patience. Just let it play out, okay? Let the trade play out. We're about 1:56 in the afternoon, and the rate decision was at 2 p.m., okay? So we're very close. We're just minutes away from the rate decision, and we're not going to get out of this trade until this orange line, which is the predictor, crosses below the 0 line. So we're pretty close to the 0 line, but no cigar. Look at this. There was no crossing right there, okay? And the rate decision is about to hit, guys. This is when the Fed spoke and released a rate right there, that bar, okay? That crazy bar. Look at that, guys. That was today. And we are still in the trade that we took about 10 minutes prior. And so we're still in it, and we're going to continue to hold on to that trade until we actually get a crossing to the 0 line from the predictor right here. Okay? Yeah, PRMO is part of, you actually get it free for 7 days. So there's really no cost for 7 days. Plus, when you take it for a test drive, you also get Scalp Mode as part of the package. Scalp Mode by itself is a $99 value. So I think after the 7-day trial, it's only $99. So you're getting a $99 value for $99 a month. So you're paying pretty much nothing for the indicator. Yeah, that's how that works. And here is your FOMC trade right here, guys. Okay, this is the bar where Jerome Powell announced the rate announcement right there. Okay, that just kind of went crazy. And the market just went up. Now, we're going to get out of this trade the moment that the predictor crosses below the 0 line, and that is going to be the end of it right there. I'll show you something else right there.
Order filled.
Let me go ahead and stop it there for a sec. Now, notice that you could have gotten into the trade right here the moment it hit the inflection point, and you knew that you had the predictor going all the way up, and you could have taken that until you got the tilt right there. Okay? That's the end of it right there. Now, if you measure that with this ruler right here, That is a trade of about 81 points right there. Just so you guys could see it right there. That's 81 points, guys. That's a huge trade that you could have taken right there. Now you're here at the resistance. What's this telling you right here? This is telling you that price is already exhausted. Remember that PureMo measures the pure momentum swing in price. And whenever it gets up here above 0.90 or below 0.90 and it tilts out of it, that's telling you that price is getting exhausted at that point. Well, if price is getting exhausted and you just had a crossing right here below the zero line, guys, and price exhausted right here with Predictmo, where do you think price is going, honestly? Do you really expect price to take off to the upside and continue going up? I mean, you just had this crazy candle go up, and it's not even 2:30 in the afternoon before Jay Powell started to speak. In fact, it's 2:06 when I stopped it right here. It's not going to continue going up. It's going to turn around and go down. So if we follow that logic, okay, and
order filled,
execute a trade and go to the downside right there, let's see how that, let's see how this bad boy plays out to the downside, okay? Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did capture it pretty good. Yeah, Predictmo is part of the bundle package. So by itself, it's $149, but you can't get a license by itself. You have to get it through the bundle package, which includes the full suite of indicators. But you can watch it here and see how it works. See if you like it. And there we go, guys. These are periods of very high volatility today in the market. And we're not going to get out of this trade until the orange line, this orange line right here, crosses above the zero line, okay? Also remember, guys, right here with PureMo, it already sunk below 0.90. The moment the purple line tilts up, that is the end of the trend, okay? And you can tell that price is trending because the VWAP turned from orange to red. And it's telling you right here at the top left quadrant of the chart that the market is trending. When you see that, guys, you hold your horses and you let the trade play out. You don't like panic and, start getting angsty because the trade's moving and you've already made, 50 points or whatever. Let the trade run, okay? Always remember, guys, announcement time equals big decision, which means big reactions. The market didn't go up as a lot of people expected. And what did it do? It just sold off. Look at this. And here is our
order filled
right there. Bingo. Let me go ahead and stop it right there for you so I can kind of give you guys a little bit of context. Now, if you notice right here, this is where you got out of the trade to the long side. And it could also represent an entry point to the downside. Why? Because you've already got Predictmo right here telling you that price is going down. So instead of waiting for PureMo to get all the way down here past the zero line or to even get down here, you can. And those are individualized trading rules that you can make for yourself, okay, guys, based on your own style of trading. So you can, give yourself a rule and say, all right, I'm going to go ahead and wait until you have a shift in momentum to the downside right here, which isn't a bad entry because you're actually getting in right here at this bar right when the sell-off happens, okay? Or you can say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to wait for it to cross the zero line, in which case you're getting yourself into the trade here. Or you can just, hop into the trade right here and ride this bad boy all the way down until until you get the little tilt, and you can see the tilt right there above, above the green line. And that's pretty much at that bar right there, and you'd be done. Okay, you're done. There's nothing else left in the trade at that point in time. You have a tilt right here with Predictmo telling you that price is about to go up. You have price in exhaustion mode. Where do you think price is going to go? I mean, really, guys, where do you think price is going to go?
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
This is going up, okay? Because if you have a tilt and Predictmo is already above the zero line and you have a tilt here going up, guys, this is not going down. That is it. The trade is over, okay? If you want to give it another bar just to be sure, let's go ahead and do that. Right there.
Order filled.
Okay, and we're going to roll with the same rules we did before. We're waiting for the orange line to cross back below zero before we decide to take that trade off, okay? price is now cycling again. If you notice how the dynamic VWAP turned from orange to red when the market was selling off, and now the market is cycling again. Why? Because price is inside the bands. It tells you right here, it is cycling, okay? And when price is cycling, you're gonna have some tight rotations in this band right here. And there we go, guys. All right, and right here we just got our crossing below the zero line, guys, and this is where
Order
you
filled.
pull the trigger and you get out of your trade right there. Bingo. Okay, there's nothing else left in the trade. Let me just pause it right here and give you guys some context. Okay, now notice how PureMo just went up right here. Okay, all the way from exhaustion, came all the way up, and it just kind of hit the region-wide threshold right there. All right, it died out. There's not a lot going on right there. It's probably going to go into a little bit of a consolidation area right there before it actually decides to do anything. And let's just play it and see what happens. Okay. You can capture a lot of the consolidation that might happen here in the 1 minute by adding a second instance of the dynamic VWAP and setting it to 15 as the length. Okay. So that's something that you can do as well to enhance the chart. Today I stripped all that out, guys. I just wanted a nice, clean, easy-looking chart for illustration purposes. And if you notice how Predictmo is just kind of meandering inside the region Y, it's not really going anywhere. This is telling you that you're in a little bit of consolidation right there. See how tight the lines are right there with Predictmo versus how separate the lines were right here going up, okay? Whenever the lines get really tight right there, I kind of wondered what would happen here. I thought, the predictor was actually going to come down because the lines got really tight right there, and then it kind of tilted up. Then it came back down. But whenever you see the lines like this is telling you that, yeah, there is noise in the spectrum right here, guys, okay? This is what I'm talking about, but this might be...
Order filled.
Okay? The lines separated right here. Now you have takeoff right here again, okay, with the predictor going down. So let's write this bad boy down, maybe get one more trade out of this. And again, we're going to hold on to our rules. The moment that the orange line crosses above zero, we'll go ahead and exit. We'll go back to early in the day when the day started to help answer that question. Silent noise. I think this will be the last trade, then I'll kind of rewind it a little bit and show you. You're almost close to crossing the zero line right here, and you just had a crossing right here of the zero line, guys. This might be a good time to just
order filled.
Bingo. Close your trade and be done with that move right there. Nice clean move right there. You also had PureMo going back into the threshold right there, telling you it's probably going to get a little bit noisy and nasty. Right there. Let me go ahead and stop it. Okay, so here you go, guys. Okay.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
Guys, on days like today, FOMC day, the 1 minute chart during these high volatility moments becomes your execution ground. Okay. Every bar matters, every slope change, every confirmation. Okay. And that's why I'm using a 1 minute chart on days like the FOMC. Now, for our subscribers, here's the challenge to you. Load your 1 minute chart on the Nasdaq 100, apply Predictmo and PureMo, and replay from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. today. Take the exact trades I did, okay? Mark your entries and exits and share your annotated charts or send them over to me via Telegram, and I'd be happy to look at what you did, okay? This is how you build conviction and see the tools in action under pressure. And this is important to help you refine the process of execution. Now, I had a question on PureMo for the earlier part of the day. Now, look at how many bars we had, guys. We had a ton of bars right here, okay? And let's just go ahead and look at PureMo and nothing else. We can look at Predictmo here, but just let's look at PureMo right here, okay? This would have been your entry right here if you wanted to take it crossing the zero line, but if you wanted to take it crossing the inflection point, it would have been right there. And your exit would have been right here the moment you got the tilt, which would have been probably at this bar right there. And notice how momentum just kind of waffles off and doesn't do anything. So it really captures the strongest part of the momentum move from inception, from the entry all the way till the exit right there, okay? Then you get a period of noise right here. All this is just nothing but noise, okay? Here's another opportunity where you could have taken it to the upside right there as well. And the moment it tilted right there to the downside, which would have been at this bar right there, that would have been your exit. Now remember, if you're already in exhaustion mode right here, and you have, I'm going to just allude to predicament real quick, going to the downside, and you've got a nice little inflection point hit right there, man, this is a good entry point to ride this bad boy all the way down and get out when you get the tilt right there. You see? And that would have caught that portion of the trade there. Now, as far as noise goes, look at this. Instead of going above the zero line, you're just caught in this whole rift of noise right here. Look at this. It's just not going anywhere. Just not a lot. There's not a lot going on. So it kind of keeps you out of all this right there just by keeping an eye on what's going on inside the region-wide threshold right there. Okay? It works when the market is swinging, and this is the type of tool that you use when the market is swinging, and it's swinging hard the way the FOMC announcement days typically swing, okay? If the market is in a high cyclic environment, it probably won't get you these type of moves, okay? Because at a setting of 20, you're not, you're telling the algorithm that you only want the high swings in price. For example, like right here, okay, you've got, let's see, you've got another inflection point move, okay, right there. Goes above zero, goes all the way up, and gets you out right there, which is pretty much at this bar right there. And then from here, you could have taken it all the way down too and gotten out right there too, which basically is this bar right there, okay? So yeah, it could have helped you avoid some of the noise right here, but you can actually tune it, okay, to really capture a lot of this noise if you just wanted to capture the noise when it's inside this threshold right here. And you can play with the tunings. That's the reason that if you have two instances of PIRMO slapped on your chart, you can play with it. You can adjust the speed of the wave line, and you can adjust the speed of the predictor. Did I call it the predictor? I don't think I call it the predictor. I call it the lead line right here, okay? So you got the wave line and the lead line right here. And see, you can make the wave line faster by checking this little box, okay? And you can also remove the lead line by just getting rid of that, and it removes the purple line. Uh-oh. What did I do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you go. I got it back. I better not tinker with that. So let me answer a few questions. I hope that answered your question, Silent Noise. And if it didn't, I'd be more than happy to jump on a one-on-one with you, man, to make sure you're dialed in and help you better custom. So how do you get the chart like that? We actually have a setup video for all our new members that take these tools for a test drive that walk you through the exact process to get the chart to look like this with the exact settings and everything that you would need. So yeah, there's a whole process to getting the chart to look this way, but we have a very detailed setup video that walks you through it step by step. That is an indicator. Yeah, these are 3 different algorithms on the screen. This is the dynamic VWAP, which doesn't anchor to the open. It's a lot different than your standard VWAP that's out there in the market. It's eons more effective. PIRMO is an algorithm that tracks the pure momentum swing in price, and PredictMo is a machine learning algorithm that sees 1 to 3 bars ahead. Sure did think. Oh, awesome, cool. So that's what you've got here, guys. You blew your account trading gold with another algorithm. Sorry to hear that, man. How do I get those indicators? Well, I'm the developer, and you can find them on the link in my bio. If you just click the link in my bio, you will see several different options there. One is to either get the full suite, which includes every single tool that we have in our arsenal, or you could just get PureMo and ScalpMo. Now, keep in mind, guys, PureMo and ScalpMo are designed to be complementary tools. So if you already have a system that you have, that has something similar to SIMO, which is kind of hard to find in the market, really. But if you already have a system in place and you're looking for a complementary tool to capture just the pure momentum swing in price, then ScalpMo and Predict and PureMo is probably all you need, But the tools serve a different function and a different purpose depending on what you're trying to get out of the market, So what I showed here today are tools that are tuned to capture the longer wave swing in price. And on days like today when the market swings, these tools, the way I've got them set, work really, really well, okay? They don't work as well when the market is doing this, okay? Because all you're going to get is you're not going to get any type of signal right there. You see that? Okay, because there's no signal, there's no momentum. And if this is tracking the pure momentum swing in price and there's no momentum, guess what? You're not going to have a signal. It's that easy, okay? Now, I will tell you this, okay? If you felt lost, let's go back over here, guys. Let me just put this bad boy all the way back over here. Where were we at? Right here, okay? Here we go. This is where we were at right here, okay? This is the FOMC announcement right here, this crazy bar. Yeah, these are exclusive to the NinjaTrader platform. Yeah, and by the way, guys, I am an authorized vendor on the NinjaTrader ecosystem. So I've been there with them for a while now. And all my tools are exclusive to their platform. So if you found yourself lost at 2 p.m., maybe you got chopped up, maybe you overtraded, and maybe you missed the move. Here's what you need to know. Our algorithms showed the path right here, guys. Trade after trade. It guided entries, it filtered noise, and it helped preserve capital where others lost it. Now, you can keep guessing, okay, using outdated systems, or you can try something built for moments like this. All you need to do is click the link in my bio, start your 7-day free trial, and test PredictMo, PureMo, the full arsenal of tools in your own charting, and then see what it's like to trade with guidance, not guesswork.